Right, okay, so hello there everyone, hello, and get ready, wait for it, because we are now here live. This is the Geek Battle show here on the Extreme Improv Xstreamed YouTube channel, as well as the Geek Battle YouTube channel. So if you haven't done so already, please smash that subscribe button on www.youtube.com/@Geek Battle. Now, with that, tonight is going to be an interesting edition. This is episode 129 of Geek Battle. Wow, how about that? Mind blown. And, that we're still joining. So, guys, yes, let's meet tonight's geeks, as we will be going once again in the quest to become the Geek of the Week. And this will be our introductions round, where we will say like who we are, and also an interesting geek trivia fact in the quest for a bonus point. Gerald, say hello to the people.
Hello everybody, hello people. My geek fact is, and this actually is quite
wait, hold that thought, Gerald, hold that thought. I just there is a problem. We're not actually live on the Geek Battle channel. It didn't work, guys. So if you're watching on Extreme Improv, you can see us. On Geek Battle, you can see Jackal. So 1 second, we're going to do this again. Okay, that was the warm up. That's the warm up. But like Dev is here now. So like there's more of us. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to the Geek Battle show here on not only the Extreme Improv Xstreamed YouTube channel, but also now officially on the Geek Battle YouTube channel. So smash that subscribe button. Now, our performers tonight are going to be on a quest to become the Geek of the Week, and we're going to start with our introductions round. Now, Gerald, I think you might have an introduction and a geek fact for us.
Thank you, I do, David. That's very insightful of you. My geek fact for this week is that there was a 1940 superhero called the Red Bee who fought Nazis using trained bees, and his favorite bee was named Michael, and it lived in the Red Bee's belt buckle. Why that is somewhat relevant is that there was a Peacemaker comic book that came out in the last 6 months, and that character was actually shown in it, and was one of the key characters in there, and I had never heard of that character before.
Oh, Gerald, I'm not going to lie. When you were saying his name was Michael, it was a bee. I was hoping you'd say, and it lived in the country Jordan. It was Michael B. Jordan. Right.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, imagine that. Right. So, also on the show, you get a bonus point there, Gerald. Also on the show tonight, we have Capelthave. Say hello to the people.
Hail from the land of Looney Tunes, leopards, and elephants. It's me, Cap, from Sri Lanka. Why? Was my voice weird?
Looney Tunes, leopards, and what?
Looney Tunes, leopards, elephants, and crocodiles.
Okay, I like that you've added Looney
no
Tunes in there.
this time.
Yeah, I think I left them out. Ooh, they might come after me. Hi, everyone. My geek fact for today that I just thought of because David restarted the show and it gave me time to actually think of one. So Nick Fury, who has always usually been in the cartoons and movies as a normally moral character, not a very bad guy-ish, but he does have some backyard stuff in his closet. But in the Wolverine and the X-Men, Nick Fury, because only ran for 1 season, he had hair, okay? He had hair. And that's not the only thing. He was also kind of a bad guy because he designed the Wendigo virus and planned to control it, and also locked the Hulk in Frozen the Mountains and had to hire Wolverine to beat up the Hulk again, and then the whole shebang went again. But the important thing is, he had hair.
Wait, so who had hair?
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury had hair? Well,
yeah.
Wait, when was this made?
Wolverine and the X-Men 2007 or 9?
2007. Well, of course he had hair.
Well, no, he already appeared in the movies.
No, 2007. Like the MCU hadn't even started.
I think this is 2009.
Oh, well, look, hang on. Well, but hang on a second, Cap. Look, if you've seen Captain Marvel, then Nick Fury had hair like back in the day. But also, and more importantly, David Hasselhoff was Nick Fury, and he had hair.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Look.
Yeah, but this Nick Fury was still played by an African American but with hair.
But Nick Fury, Captain Marvel.
Can I step in here?
Yes, please.
2009, Wolverine and X-Men was 2009. It was a year after Iron Man, where Samuel L. Jackson debuted as Nick Fury. So it was the first time the African-American Nick Fury had hair, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, but look, here is Nick Fury. He has hair.
That was also made 10 years later, though.
Yeah, my point still stands. Look.
And this is not the hair that he had in the cartoons. He had a whole big bush, okay?
Nice.
All I'm going to say to this is David Hasselhoff.
Kind of a bush. It was
Yeah.
kind of a curly bush.
Okay, so
also,
which Nick Fury was this? What was it called? X-Men what?
Wolverine and the
Wolverine and
X-Men.
the X-Men.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's going to help me find it. Wolverine and the X-Men. Let's see. Nick Fury.
I put it in the chat.
Oh, wait a second. You're right. What is this? What is this magic and sorcery? Nick Fury does have hair. He's also ambiguous in what his ethnic background is. What's going on here?
That one was X-Men Evolution. That's also a good show.
It looks like the same
another
character.
show.
They just reused the animation and changed the paint. Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a point, Cap, but... Hair. I know. You just... Look, as a man that shaves his head, you're rubbing in the salt in the wound.
I know. I take offense to that.
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
Look at all that. Look at that luscious hair that Cap has. And
I know.
yeah.
Right, okay. Now then, Dev, say hello to the people, and do you have a random geek trivia fact for us?
Hello, I'm Dev, and my random trivia fact is that in 1998 there was a April Fool's prank committed by a group of people on their Power Rangers fandom, connecting the end of Power Rangers Zeo to Power Rangers Turbo, called Scorpion Rain. It fooled a lot of people, got a lot of traction on IRC and Usenet and stuff in the year 1998. But the interesting thing is, in the year 2002, the person who perpetrated that prank ended up writing the anniversary episode Forever Red, making the prank retroactively canon.
Wow, that's really cool. I love that.
That's awesome.
That is definitely worth a point. Okay, excellent stuff. Dave, over to you. Say hello to the people and give us a random geek trivia fact.
Hello to the people. I am Dave MC here in Paris, France, and my geek fact, Klaatu Barada Nikto, used in Evil Dead Army of Darkness, is actually from a film from 1951, The Day the Earth Stood Still. And it's also used in Star Wars. In Star Wars, because Klaatu and Barada are two of Jabba's thugs, and Nikto is a race of aliens in Star Wars.
That's amazing. You definitely get a point for that. I love it in the movie, though. See, I'm not even going to remember the exact words you said, but he's like, Klaatu Narada necktie, like that, and then it sends everything wrong. You know, cool stuff. Okay, definitely worth a point. Okay, so we're gonna jump straight into some of our hot takes now here, guys. So before we get on to any more point earning rounds, guys, I've got something I need to get off my chest. My unlimited Odeon pass to the cinema, which I've been speaking about for the last 3 months, ends today. So like tomorrow, you know, I had a decision to make. Am I going to renew it? Am I going to let it end? I decided to let it end. So I went onto the app. I went onto my account. And there it said in big bold letters, renew. And I was like, well, that's not what I want. I want the opposite to that. And then I was like, there doesn't seem to be a way to cancel this. Ever. Right, so... So I go onto the Google machine. How to cancel Limitless Odeon. Because it's not on their website either. But now when you specifically search it, it does come up. And it says, if you wish to cancel, you need to speak to an advisor. It's like, what? So renewing is a button. Cancelling, I need to have a therapy session. So I speak to this advisor, who it turns out is AI generated. And when I'm like, I need to speak to a human, eventually I speak to Hannah. Oh, I was like, oh, Hannah, Hannah, it is so good to speak to you. I need help. I'd like to cancel this. I can't afford it right now. And Hannah says, well, you need to give us 30 days notice. And I'm like, but it says my renewal date is tomorrow. If it was 30 days notice, my renewal date would have been 30 days ago. So, I'm going to the cinema for the next month, guys. And do you know what the thing is? It now comes up, because I said, will you send me a confirmation email? Which they did, and it said it's now been cancelled. I said, but if I've got this for another month, when does this actually run out? Oh, in 30 days' time. So, will that run until the 15th of March? Oh, yes. It doesn't say that anywhere. And it just says it runs out now on 03/24. So I think I'm going to go there on the 1st of March, and they're going to say it's expired, and I want my 2 weeks back.
Well, I think you should get it to the end of March, so it should be the 31st then.
Nah, it's good. It's 30 days. Look, I'm not gonna try. I never try to get more than what I've actually paid for. But
so
also,
like,
sneaky bastards. That's what I say.
It sounds like they've been talking to and working with 24 Hour Fitness, which is one of the gym membership places here in the States.
Yeah.
I don't know if, because they do the same damn thing.
Yeah,
You cannot cancel over the phone. You have to physically go into and cancel it there, or you have to send a letter. And when you cancel, it's still 30 days. It's still another renewal after that.
What it reminds me of is that an episode of Friends where Chandler and Ross try to quit the gym.
Yes.
I want to quit the cinema. Oh, have you met Amanda?
Yeah.
I want to quit the cinema.
Yeah, exactly. I was having a good old chinwag with Hannah on the live chat. Oh, guys.
Although, can you cancel the debit card that did?
No, that's the amazing thing, because it had got where you'd got like your card details, and I did go on there, and it had a little recycling bin. I was like, well, I'll just cancel my card, and then they won't have it. And they're like, sorry, you cannot delete the card which is tied to the active subscription.
Exactly.
So anyway.
Cancel the account in general. Go to the bank and say, no.
Well, maybe, yeah. But look, here's the thing. You know, sometimes life gets in the way. I haven't used it as much as I'd like. When I first had it, I went like 5 times in a week, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? And then in the last week and a half, I've went another 5 times, so I've been like 10 times. And yeah, so, you know, it's been fine. I've seen some films, and you see them relatively cheap. It's like expensive Netflix where you actually have to travel to watch the thing, though. And yesterday, guys, we can speak about some stuff you saw first, because my Odeon story has dominated, I gather. But I did see Madam Web. We'll get on to that soon.
Was it as awesome as you thought it was going to be?
No, it was actually a lot worse, right? It was a shame. It's not a terrible film.
David, remember, the success is to have low expectations.
I know. My expectations were lowered, but because I've had a string of successes lowering my expectations, I was like, well, I'll just lower it, and this is going to be great. And I hadn't realised I'd actually raised my expectations again.
I have one sentence to describe Madam Web.
Yes.
I didn't realise that Rock Bottom had a basement.
Who has a basement?
I didn't realise that Rock Bottom had a basement.
Well, exactly, yeah. Like, it's crazy. Because I was thinking about this, because, you know, I've written an article about the Odeon, so that will be out there soon. But I'm currently I'm in the middle of writing my review and thoughts on Madam Web. And this whole, like, we're going to have the Sinister Six and, like, our own cinematic universe. It's like, fine, start with Venom, because everyone already knows who Venom is. Because, 1, it's a very popular character, and 2, it was already in a Spider-Man movie. No one knows who Morbius was, and it flopped. Nobody at all in the entire universe knows who Madam Web is. And literally, if I could get the raw footage of it, and, like, we could go through it scene by scene, and break down why this film makes no sense, it would last 3 times the length of the film. And look, I'm going to give this tiny spoiler. So you watch a superhero film, and you think, oh, at what point are they going to get a cool superhero costume? And when the answer is never, until you see like 6 seconds at the end, where it looks like some weird fetish costume, and you're like, when is this going to come into what? Because it's also set 20 years in the past for no goddamn reason whatsoever, right? It's awful, right? But anyway, I enjoyed it somewhat, but more than that, it was awful. Cap.
So all I have to say is, I said this before, but I'll say it again. The Sinister Six must go on because I need to see Kraven. Okay, I need to see the Lion Man. It's the brilliant film that's going to come out on this Sony, whatever thing they do. Think about it. Lion, he gets bit by a lion, becomes Lion Man. I am so stoked for this.
Have they filmed anything else, or have they even announced any other films after Kraven?
El Muerte, or whatever it's called, the Bad Bunny movie?
Bad Bunny movie?
Has gone rogue!
Actually, that's another thing I want to talk about later. But Bad Bunny is an actor, is a rapper that was cast as the main character in a Sony movie, playing a bad guy who's Spider-Man adjacent.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the movie is called.
No, I can't find it. I'm trying to look it up now. Bad Bunny. Okay, so El Muerto. Anyone speak Spanish?
A little bit. So I need to see
it. Is like the death or something.
Okay, I'll put it into the chat just because it'll be very small.
El the dead.
El
Muerto.
Okay, so I'll put it in the chat so you guys can see it here.
Yeah, El Muerto.
That's not a character that's super common.
Well, exactly. So hang on, look.
So I get that Sony doesn't. They can't use Spider-Man. I get that they can't do that.
I don't know why they can't do that. Why would they sign?
You're going through the back catalogue of all these Spider-Man characters that no one either knows or cares about.
Okay, so but here's the thing.
Lion, fight.
The simple thing to do would be like, look, whether they signed it, maybe it's because they lent Spider-Man to the MCU, so they can't do that. Then did we say a week or two ago that they could make a Miles Morales movie?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So do that. This Madam Web, again, it's not a big spoiler because it's on the trailer, but it leads into what I gather is going to be a Spider-Woman movie, or Spider-Women movie or something. Or just make Spider-Girl or Spider-Woman. Like, don't do Madam Web as a prequel to that because it was unnecessary. But then, just make Dr. Octopus. You know, just take Lizard and just put them in a thing like you did with Venom. Spider-Man has some cool villains that are very famous. Use those first.
Because if they can't use like Peter Parker Spider-Man, why not use another Spider-Man? Like use, and I don't believe I'm saying this. Use Superior Spider-Man. It's Dr. Octopus and Peter Parker's body, but at the same point, you've got some interesting ideas there of Dr. Octavius trying to be better as Spider-Man.
No, but you just said he's in Peter Parker's body.
It doesn't matter. It's a different character.
Okay.
No, they still can't use it because it's Tom Holland. But what I was saying was, we could have, I don't know, Kane or Ben Reilly or anyone else.
2099. Do a 2099 movie.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah.
Exactly.
And make him right instead of being all depressed and edgy about losing his family, which isn't from the comics.
Okay, so according to this, the future films that they've currently shot are Kraven and Venom 3. And then upcoming ones, The Sinister Six, fair enough, Night Watch, Jackpot is apparently a film, and then El Muerto, and then Hypno Hustler.
Mysterio's in Vegas? Or what's the...
I don't know, isn't like Hustler a dirty magazine? So it's got like one of those magic eye things.
Hypno Hustler is like a 70s, like, what is it, Saturday Night Live sort of disco dancer guy or something, I think. Yeah, they should just bag it. They should see if they can get some money out of Disney and sell it back.
I know what Sony's doing. They're doing a Shang-Chi. They're getting they're getting a character that not many people know about and expecting it to make big bucks.
But who liked Shang-Chi? Like, didn't that flop? That was during the pandemic. Why has Shang-Chi not popped up in anything else in the MCU yet? Same with the Eternals.
Well, the Eternals is easy, but Shang-Chi is... they basically, building Shang-Chi up to be in the next one. So like in the next Avengers, so eventually should open in the future. Like right now, they want them separately. He's a street level, but like the street level guy for now. So he didn't really deal with like main alien stuff.
He's in the Spider-Man category, like Tom Holland.
Yeah, he deals with the mystical stuff instead of the alien. So
True.
during the alien saga, he's not really needed.
Well, yeah, there are so many loose ends though. Like I watched the Marvels the other day because it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And it was actually slightly worse now the second time I've seen it, right? Because it's like I knew it was a pleasant surprise the first time because I was like, oh, this is going to be bad, and then it was actually quite good. And then the second time I was like, yeah, but it's kind of like nothing super special happens in it, so it's fine.
No, it was fun and entertaining, but yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's a shame. Because Captain Marvel, maybe Brie Larson just said, look, I've signed up to this one, I quit. Because that's obviously the rumour. So, that's...
Yeah, she wasn't very stoked about it in the interview as well, when they asked, like, are you happy about going as this Captain Marvel? She's like, does anyone want me there? That was her sarcastic answer.
When are these people going to learn? If you're in a movie, you kind of sign up to not shit on the movie that you're in. Because otherwise people are going to start to think, well, she doesn't even want to do it, why should I be there?
Well, I think the new actress, the Snow White actress, she has did a complete turnaround. Like, she's like the opposite. Like, she changed her looks and everything, and she's like, Snow White is one of the greatest films that ever made.
Oh, I haven't caught up on this.
Yeah, she did a whole 180 on that story. It was so funny.
This is Rachel Zegler, right?
They also used the actress that did the new Ariel, and here's the thing: the new Ariel, no one had a problem with the actress because like she was mostly very good on the press interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like, so you like her, right? Good. They're friends now.
So basically, I think that Disney kidnapped like her family or something.
Gosh, yeah.
Like, the 180
tell Snow White it's good. Tell Snow White it's good.
Well,
yeah.
I would imagine what they might try to start doing, which, I mean, if you have actors and actresses that are doing that, is they put a clause in their contract that says, if you shit on the movie before it's out, we're taking, half of what you did or removing residuals or who knows what.
But you know what, like, it's so dodgy with, like, a movie, because, say, like, Rachel Zegler isn't going to be getting paid $20 million for a film, but if it costs $150 million or $200 million... it's like, well, the $200 million is still ruined.
Yep.
And so it's really dodgy. Like, I think you need to... look, they need to think what their stories are that they tell in Disney. They need to be like, look, if you shit on this movie, we're taking your firstborn child. Like, just do it Rumpelstiltskin style. You need to up the stakes. We'll lock you in a tower with a dragon and stuff like this.
Also, speaking of press tours and stuff, something interesting that came out was Dakota Johnson, who plays Man of Web.
Yeah.
Thought she was joining the MCU.
I know.
Yeah, she went to Elizabeth Olsen because she thought she was joining the MCU.
Yeah. I think there is like a joke, because didn't the same thing happen with Matt Smith? Went to Karen Gillan and was like, hey, look, I can be in Morbius. And she was like, yeah, do it. Yeah.
What I've been told is they're telling them they're going to be in the MCU.
Yeah.
They're telling them they're going to be in the MCU. They're not telling the truth.
Yeah, but that's like me almost going, welcome to the Geek Battle podcast. Couple there, because you're in this episode, you're in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode.
Yeah. I mean... The interesting thing, the Spider-Man universe, look, Michael Keaton hopped over, and Venom hopped over for a post-credit scene of MCU, so it's not that it's not completely untrue. But whatever her name is that played Madam Web, apparently she's made it very obvious that she is not happy with this film. So... But I'll be honest. Look, I won't give story spoilers, but that would be a hard thing to do because anything you guess might happen in this does happen in it.
Does Ezekiel, the big, bad, scary, evil Spider-Man, see the error of his ways and then say, you know what, I'm going to be a good guy now?
I can't tell you that, right? But I won't give spoilers. I won't give spoilers. But whatever you think is just obvious to happen in a film like that does happen. There's nothing really surprising at all. But one thing that was surprising to me was that Madam Web was quite unlikable, and here was the thing about it. I was like, they didn't think at all before they made this film, because you see in the trailers that the Spider Women are going to become Spider Woman, but that's sort of going to be, it happens in the future, which isn't a big spoiler because she has visions. And it's like, so you could sell toys to people of the Spider Women as Spider Woman. Throughout this film, they ain't that. Like I said, Madam Web's costume is 6 seconds at the end. So imagine like your little Timmy and it's your birthday. Or even if you're little Ellie or whatever, and you open this, it's like, oh my god, it's a Madam Web figure. It's just a middle-aged woman in street clothes. It's like there's no costume. There is nothing about this, and her powers is that she sees the future. So you know, like when you get an action figure, and it'll be like, yeah, in Spider-Man, you'll watch the movie, and it'll just be in his red and blue. But then when you go into the toy shop when you're 10 years old, it'll be like, here is Battle Action Spider-Man, and he'll be wearing like gold and black, and then it'll be like, oh, and here's Underwater Spider-Man, and he's translucent. This is just going to be, this is what she wears on Monday to the office. And this is her as a paramedic. It's like, there was no sense of marketing, and apparently it was the thing. Look, when they made He-Man, and when they came up with doing the MCU, the idea was that these things have to be toyetic. So they have to be so that they're marketable. You can't even make a video game of this. It's just going to look like Grand Theft Auto, where like a woman runs into an ambulance and drives it for a while. That's it.
What they needed to do was sorry, Kat, go ahead. Sorry, Kat, go ahead. Yeah, what they needed to do was treat this like Power Rangers, where they shove a toy in every single scene.
Yes. Yeah. No, absolutely. That they don't do that. And here's the other thing. This isn't a spoiler. It's a little bit like the Nick Cage movie Next, which I've said a couple of times, where he has visions of the future, and in Next he can see 2 minutes into the future. And Madam Web, I don't know how far into the future she can see, but generally speaking, she just sees like a very short distance into the future. Something's about to happen. Basically, it's Spidey sense. But in every other film where this happens, you'll see something happens like, oh, something's about to fall over. Oh, it happens. And suddenly they wake up and then they go like that and they catch the thing. And they're like, oh, how did you know that? Literally in this, it will just be, she'll hear a noise and suddenly people are like, oh, what's that? And it won't be clear what she saw a vision of. Like, they literally don't show the audience the thing that she sees. It's so confusing.
You've seen it in other films.
It's a shame, because genuinely, as much as I enjoy shitting on these films, it was quite fun.
It's like if in a Final Destination movie, you don't see the premonition of everybody dying. You just see the person, like let's use the final film where they're sat on a bus. You just see the person going for like 2 to 3 minutes. You know,
exactly.
Show us.
Exactly. So, but it shows a little bit of like the vision, but not enough for you to actually know. So it gives you the sense that she's disorientated with like, something's happened or whatever, but it doesn't show you enough to know how it happens. Like, I could keep giving like spoilers and that, but like nothing in this makes sense. Like, there's a guy, because she's a paramedic, there's a guy who needs help. I'll just say it like this without giving spoilers. And she sees a vision of her going like this, doing chest compressions, and her hands are covered in blood. Yet I swear on my life, what happens to this person makes zero sense that they would be covered in blood whilst they're doing chest compressions. If they're bleeding here, you don't start pumping their heart if they're bleeding from their heart.
Maybe they spat blood out when they...
No, they did not. They did not. I promise you.
But she is an ambulance person?
Sorry, what's that, Gerald?
She is an EMT or ambulance person too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's
what I was called 90s cartoon, that's what I instantly thought when I was a kid. I just see, oh, there's Peter Parker wearing that same stupid striped shirt. There's Madam Web. I wonder if she worked on an ambulance before she became an omnipresent being, sending Spider-Man off to a war with the fucking X-Men.
Yeah. It was an unnecessary... if they did this... Because also, like how we said about like the Marvels was actually more of a Miss Marvel movie. This is absolutely an origin story of Spider-Woman 1, Spider-Woman 2, and whoever the third Spider-Woman is. And Madam Web is kind of... It's like doing the origin story of Yoda.
No one cares.
Like, in fact, it is kind of like Disney, because, like, however they've done, like, the Hawkeye series was actually about Girl Hawkeye, and the Obi-Wan series was actually about Little Princess Leia. So, even though this was called Madam Web, Jesus Christ, Dave, you froze for a second, and your eyes looked like they rolled into the back of your head. Right, that was, like, proper Exorcist
Should I just turn my camera off and go into podcast mode?
No, it's all good. Anyway, guys, what is some stuff that you have seen and want to react to this week? Cap.
Just saw the X-Men trailer.
Yeah, the X-Men trailer. We can bring it up if you want to discuss.
Oh, was that X-Men 97?
Yes.
Yeah.
The great year when
I saw it kind of briefly on like Facebook, but I didn't watch it because I was going to watch it after the show.
So I know the 90s X-Men as well, but technically my favorite is the X-Men Evolution. And that's
Boo!
I love it. It's nice X-Men.
Get off the show.
The old show did come out on the year when I was born, so I have to forgive it.
Okay.
But the thing is that animation...
I'm going to play it, but feel free to keep discussing as it's playing, just because obviously it's limited how much we can see this way. Anyway.
Alright, that's it. There we go.
Yeah, but the animation looks weird, though. It's like a mix
of... Oh, wow.
Isn't this the old one, though?
That kind of
looks like it.
Yeah, that's
this is the old one, flashback at the beginning.
Wait, why is Morph there?
He's the main character now.
Is he?
He was the main character before, now he's back for this one as
Yeah,
well.
because they made him a villain.
Yeah.
Now it kind of looks like the old show merged with The Legend of Zelda for some reason.
Which Legend of Zelda? The Wand of Gamelon?
Oh, so Professor X is gone?
Yeah.
He'll be back.
He died in the end of the original series.
Well, let's face it, how many people have died in Marvel?
Well, how many times has Professor X died?
5?
Oh, yeah.
He's genuinely
Oh my
been
God.
killed in the movies 3 times.
Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that animation.
I don't know why the animation's not good for me.
I like it because they're like proportioned like actual humans, unlike what they did with X-Men Evolution.
Can you play audio or not?
No, he can't play Odeon.
Oh, look at that.
Dude, that's the cool
It's
part.
good to
That's
see
the one I
Gambit
really
back.
like.
Gambit's not been anything since Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, why have they never been able to figure out Gambit? He was my favourite character in the cartoon.
Well, Channing Tatum was supposed to be working on something. I guess he still technically is, but it's been mired in all kinds of
Channing
issues.
Tatum can't be cool in Gambit.
I'm guessing that's Magneto.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I think it looks good.
I like it.
I weirdly find the animation unsettling. I don't know why.
Okay, so...
It's because it was before you were born, Cap. That's why.
No, I can explain this. They've taken the animation, they've taken the art style of the 90s, but animated it in 60 frames per second, so it looks a bit jarring in modern animation with the old art style.
It's like the What If and also the Legend of the Wild, Breath of the Wild thing that kind of looks like they both merged together.
It looks like,
which I did find weird.
Well, it's no more weird than when in the Spider-Man 90s cartoon, every shot was used from something else. So like they used the same. So like when Spider-Man was web swinging, they'd use it from another. They use it from another episode. Like you had like the Punisher's van as well when he was in the series. They showed his van driving the same way in 3 different. It's like, wait, why did you park your van again? Why not just go get him?
See, the reason I was asking about the audio is the audio actually reveals some stuff as well. about the new show. Because it turns out that because Xavier died, Magneto inherited the school.
Yeah.
So he's the one that in charge of the school and stuff. And he gets to choose the new students, and basically they introduce everyone. And Morph has his own Exiles design instead of the 90s one.
I would ask though, for this series, do you think we're going to get a Phoenix episode?
Yes.
Or maybe they'll do that if it does well and they do a second series. Do you think they'll bring the Phoenix Force in?
We'll definitely get a Phoenix, but I don't know if it's going to be Jean or Rachel.
Rachel! Rachel!
I don't know if you noticed at the end there, Jean was pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Is it Scott's though?
Oh.
Good question.
Yeah, because here's the thing, like comic book Cyclops is actually worse than animation or film Cyclops.
Really?
He's actually very unlikely. Like he actually cheats on Jean several times, and he also killed Professor X.
Oh, wow.
Twice.
Yeah. There was a whole thing was Avengers versus X-Men, where the X-Men have the Phoenix Force, and Cyclops realizes when he kills someone else who has it, then he takes their power, so he can become stronger. So eventually, he becomes like the Phoenix Force, and he executes Professor X.
Wow, now I understand why people hate Cyclops.
Hold that thought 1 second, guys.
Cyclops.
It's Diz!
Diz!
I thought this show was on Fridays.
Oh, no. It's usually on Thursdays, but there's been a couple of weeks where it's had to be on a Friday.
Okay. What are we pissed off about?
Oh, my God. Diz, there is so much to catch up on. We've just watched the trailer for X-Men 97. I saw Madam Web, and there's a ton of stuff on which I'm lining up to discuss here, guys. So, but also,
his formula has failed me.
Yeah.
His formula has failed. Basically, he has lower expectations, so when he goes to them, it actually does better. But this time, he gets used to films having low expectations, but like successing out very good. This one, kinda, he was expecting the successful one, but it turned out to be a successful.
Not good. Oh well.
Yeah.
That's what I'd heard.
What are you upset about this week, Diz? That's the real question.
Maybe Cap touched on it. I didn't realize
what
was going on.
Cap touched on your what?
Lunch.
Cap
What?
touched it.
Oh, Cap touched it, and now you're upset. Oh God! What a Valentine's Day!
I was eating lunch, and I saw you guys on YouTube, and I saw Cap was about to talk about the X-Men 97 trailer.
Yeah.
So the thing that upset me is a good trailer, but the thing that upsets me is they're putting it out on Wednesdays, at least here in the States. It's a Saturday morning cartoon. Put it on Saturday morning. You know, that's when people used to watch it. Why does everything have to be on Wednesday or Thursday? Just because you're streaming it? Just be more like a regular television network in this particular case. I mean, you can always go back. I see Dave no, but you can always go back and watch it on Wednesday if you're a Wednesday guy.
Yeah, I'm shaking my head because I'm with you. It's like, why don't they do that on a Saturday? Because like you said, I was one of those people who would get up and watch on what was Jetix on when we had Sky TV. It's on Jetix and Fox. They had the X-Men cartoons in the morning.
Yeah.
There's a callback for all the nerds. It's like Jetix on Fox Kids.
Do you know what? Like, the name rings a bell to me, but I feel like that must have been just after my era.
No, because Fox was the Fox Kids TV channel itself.
Yeah.
Because it was just before like the CBBC channel, and they had a time frame in the mornings on Saturday, which was Jetix, which aired the Spider-Man 90s. They aired X-Men 90s. They had a lot of Power Rangers as well. Was one of them.
Did they have the Tick cartoon? The Tick.
I think it was a Cartoon Network. The Tick.
Oh.
Okay,
quite
a
few years ago,
awesome.
I watched a documentary about Jetix. So, if I remember correctly, Jetix was a programming block owned by Saban, who had Power Rangers and the Tick and stuff. So they were part of Fox Kids, and then they were bought by Disney,
Yeah.
And then they kind of merged it with Fox Kids and became one entity. And became known as the Fox Kids of Europe was Jetix, basically. And that's how basically it happened. They merged and it became the European counterpart to Fox Kids.
I remember X-Men Evolution was also on Jetix, right?
Yeah.
Evolution.
Yeah.
I think so. I can't remember if it was on that or if it was on Boomerang.
I think on Boomerang it had an X symbol on it, so I basically saw it in DVD.
Might have been.
When the show was airing, I was still in diapers, so I couldn't.
I was in school doing work.
Yeah.
I didn't have time for cartoons.
So, based on what I remember from the history, Jetix, X-Men Evolution would be on Jetix because by that point, Fox had merged the Fox Kids and Jetix together, and then they would be airing Fox stuff and Savant stuff at the same time.
Also, in the 2000s, it was mainly that I thought it was Cartoon Network and also Kids WB. Besides Disney XD, with like Kids WB and Cartoon Network was usually the ones who were streaming most of the popular cartoons that was coming out at that time.
Yeah. And
Fact.
yeah.
No one saw it because I'm the only one from the 2000s.
Yeah.
I saw it because I had to, basically.
This is what, like Clockwork Orange style, you're strapped to a chair with your eyeballs wide open. I have to watch kids' shows.
No, because basically, when I was at that age, I only had Discali for my traditional TV, and they did not have Cartoon Network on Nickelodeon. They only had Jetix. So that's the only thing that I could watch.
How about that Deadpool trailer?
Yes, let's talk about that, guys. So anyway, look, I'm going to bring it up and we can react to it. So the title of the film is now officially Deadpool and Wolverine, and I think that is a sign that basically Marvel are desperate, and they're saying, look, Deadpool alone isn't going to be enough. Deadpool and Wolverine, you remember him? We had nothing to do with it, but you liked it. So it's what they're hoping is going to fix this thing. But let's check it out. So again, we can't play it. Look, I don't know. Look, why does Wade Wilson have hair?
It's Deadpool. Don't question it.
Yeah, I know. It's just like
The thing is, David, when it comes to Deadpool, do not question it. He has no logic.
I know the answer. He's just trying to live a normal life. Unlike comic book Deadpool, he's got a steady girlfriend, and he's trying to. I imagine the bad thing that's happened that they
this is the bit I thought. Wait, what the hell's going on?
I imagine they're trying to have a kid.
Yeah, but she's dead.
No, she's not. He said he went back in time.
Time travel.
All that.
okay, but hang on. Look, so the thing that just happened here. Look, so obviously that was a rug anyway. But look, they say that these guys are TVA agents, so this is literally you need to watch Loki to understand this. But it's interesting that they decided to tie into Loki of all things.
I honestly think they should. I think it would have been better not to do that. Like have Deadpool kill them and just go, no, we're not doing this multiverse shit.
Oh,
and then
there was a scare.
That was my thought. I think that's what they're. I don't think that's what they will do, but I wish that's the thing that they're going to do.
This just now looks like Loki. With Deadpool.
Yeah, Loki.
TVA's everywhere, man. They gotta police the fucking multiverse. You're gonna be pissed off because they're in two places?
Well, that's true.
The suit looks good. I admit that.
I don't
Deadpool
think
did mess with the timeline.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of TVA. They're just going to use this as the excuse to bring him into it.
Unless this is a big fuck you trailer, and then it's just something else entirely.
Yeah,
that would also be.
I am Marvel Jesus. I love it.
I mean, this looks good.
Although I do wish Deadpool goes off and kills all the unsuccessful superheroes that come out recently, and he goes like, no, bang, bang, bang. Everyone says like, rewatch or reboot the whole thing. That
think about successful, Pyro.
Yeah, Pyro's in it.
Apparently, I'll show you a photo in a second, but apparently Shatterstar is in it as well, who was in...
Yeah, he was at the
2.
Yeah. So like, I don't want this to flick over to the next thing. Oh no, there's still a few seconds left.
Schwink.
Schwing. Deadpool.
No.
And Wolverine. And they've got like some stupid what's
He
next.
doesn't need that.
But apparently Shatterstar is back. So
Wow,
everyone can be super excited for that.
How is he still alive?
Oh, but it's probably a multiverse one.
Deadpool went back in time and fixed all that.
Yeah, actually, it's true. It's true.
At the end credits scene, right?
Oh, yeah,
All
that
right.
would explain.
Oh my
that
god,
would
I wonder
explain
if
everything.
Josh Brolin will be back at all. Because they'd have fun with...
They've
He's
got
Thanos.
to fit a Thanos reference in there.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, just have his metal arm be gold.
Do you know what? I was so disappointed that when the Deadpool 2 came out, and he literally says to Josh Brolin on the trailer, it's like, okay, Thanos, and then it's not in the movie. Why would they do that?
Because Disney said no.
No, but like, it was on the trailer though.
In the version I watched, it was in the film.
What?
Yeah, it was in the film.
It's
It
not
said,
in the
"Slow your
film."
roll, Thanos.
Yeah, show your all Thanos.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think I am. I think you guys are wrong.
Mandela effect.
Right. Yeah, it could be a Mandela effect.
I have to
Actually,
rewatch the
it's-
second Deadpool because I don't remember the time travel stuff.
What?
It's
The
at
whole
very
thing?
end.
Yeah,
At
like...
the end,
very,
end credits
very
scene, end
But,
credits
you know, Ryan Reynolds kills himself for doing
Green Lantern,
Green
that was the best
Green
thing.
Lantern and doing X-Men Origins as well. He kills himself.
I remember that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best part of all the scenes. I was like, I
So
was
he
so
does
happy
all that, and then he goes back and he saves Vanessa, and he also saves Peter and the other members of X-Force.
Do
one
you
thing I really
think
liked-
that Deadpool and Wolverine... Because I think they were... Like, it depends. Maybe Hugh Jackman said, oh, I'll just come back for this one. And so maybe this will be like the other Deadpool films as they were, like, side by side with the X-Men films, but not really part of it. Do you think this is just going to be MCU adjacent, or is this going to actually be part of the MCU?
This
I
is
think it's going to be adjacent. But
There's a huge Easter egg clue that answers the question you just asked. It's right there at the very end of the trailer. He's laying there on the white sands of the whatever that place is. And if you look to his right, stage left, I guess, or stage right, fuck, I don't know. There's a comic book, Blowing in the Wind, and it's Secret Wars issue 5. From and that's the one where I think that Mr. Fantastic and Doom fight it out. And this is a prelude to Secret Wars. This is going to be MCU adjacent, and then what's going to happen as a result of this movie is they're going to merge all this stuff into the MCU. So you're going to have your X-Men, you're going to have you're going to have all that crap from the Fox movies plugged into the MCU, and that's going to cause incursions and blah 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 blah, and then it's all going to be resolved in Secret Wars.
If you look carefully at the... Go on this.
Well, I was going to say, Cap said, let's just kill everybody and reboot it. That's exactly what Secret Wars is going to be. So,
That makes me so nervous, though, because, again, the Marvels ended with Ms. Marvel speaking to Girl Hawkeye, being like, I want to get a team together. I don't want them to kill everyone off, and all we're left with is Ms. Marvel, Wanda's 2 children, Quicksilver, whatever it is, Wiccan and Speed. I don't want the Kid Avengers, like Boy Loki. Why wasn't Child Loki in Loki season 2 as well? But
because I think he probably got eaten by Alaya.
But like at the time, certainly it was like, well, there's Wanda's kids, there's Girl Hawkeye. Then like they say, literally, doesn't Ant like at the end of the Marvel, it's like, doesn't Ant-Man have a daughter? It's like, yeah, but why just because he has a daughter shall she be joining this team? She wouldn't know anything about her doing anything.
Well.
Okay, so here's why. Good God. So the MCU is very light on actual super-powered individuals. There's more than, say, the Fox universe, and there's more than, say, whatever Deadpool is doing. But it's still very light on these individuals as compared to the comic books. And so anybody that's got powers is going to be known. So, and there's a kid that has powers. Well, let's bring kids.
No, but
let's bring him in.
Ant-Man's daughter doesn't have powers.
Yes, she does.
No, but she does.
Did
She's in the third one.
you see Ant-Man?
Ant-Man 3.
Yeah.
What's her powers?
She's an ant person. She shrinks and
She's,
That's not a power. That's technology.
It's still power.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it's
come off it! Like, look. That's like saying that Batman has powers.
You and I and Gerald are all cyborgs because of these.
Well, exactly. It's like we've all got powers because we're on Zoom, right?
One question. What is the girl Hawkeye's powers? By that logic.
Yeah, exactly. She has nothing.
So she's only
Very
power part
accurate.
of the Avengers.
Like,
Thor has nothing because his hammer is just technology.
no, but he can fly. He lost his hammer and he still had powers.
You can't fight with that hammer.
He can fly without the hammer.
Yeah.
Where's that?
In a comic book.
No,
Okay, but yeah, but he creates.
At Ragnarok.
Okay, but we remember what Odin said. He's like, "Are you the god of hammers or the god of thunder?"
Hammers.
Well, Odin had dementia.
It's hammer time.
Yeah.
Although they kind of switched that back because, like, at Ragnarok they said Thor is powerful as he will ever be because, like, he realized that he doesn't need Mjolnir anymore and he doesn't need it to channel his powers. But then Thanos comes and suddenly he's like, level 0. It's like the end of the video game where you go to, I'm about to beat the big boss, I'm leveled up, level down, die.
So another little detail that nobody noticed in the Deadpool trailer was they're fighting, like, some of the movie is set on the corpse of the Fox universe. Because you see, like, destroyed parts of the, like, Fox movies during the movie. Like, Deadpool's walked past, like, several scenes from the X-Men movie, several scenes from the Deadpool movie and stuff. And you can see a giant Fox logo on the ground there. In pieces.
Yeah, they're hammering it in.
This is going to be so meta. This is going to be the most meta movie probably that's ever been made because Deadpool knows he's in a movie, he knows he's in a comic book, he knows that all this stuff has happened, he knows all this stuff is happening. He probably even knows, well, he alludes to the fact that he knows about the other Marvel Universe. And the TVA is basically just going to point it out to him. There's a big clue right there. You could be a hero among heroes. They're going to drop him in there and let him do stuff.
It makes me nervous because I think Fox, they had the X-Men films and they're like, these are all what they are, good or bad. And then look, Deadpool will happen and you might see a cameo from someone, but it's not going to go back. Then with the MCU, they did She-Hulk, where it's like, hey, everything that happened in this, we've got Mark Ruffalo here, and we're just going to say that Iron Man didn't really die saving everyone. It was writers that did it. And that just kind of, like, killed everything for me. And if they...
I think with that, it's like, someone like Deadpool could get away with that. He could literally walk through the TV. And Deadpool, I think, could get away with that. She-Hulk, it doesn't really work with her.
It does.
Which is odd because She-Hulk did the fourth wall stuff first.
Well, yeah, what I mean is like if She-Hulk was just like, oh, I'm talking to the audience, I'm talking directly to you, but Deadpool is kind of the character who can walk out of the comic book to talk to you. You know.
And also, I think there was also a tone shift with She-Hulk. It's like that was a different
Cap, I really can't hear you.
Hello?
If I can't hear you, then the audience won't hear you. Sorry.
What?
Hello?
Speak up, Cap.
Yeah. Yes, it's good now.
We can hear you a little bit.
Okay. I think it's mainly a tone problem. Is that the She-Hulk most show had a different tone than Deadpool. Deadpool you never took seriously, even at the very most serious moments, you never took it seriously. She-Hulk kind of had that problem because, like, are they being serious or are they being funny? We don't get it. So that's the problem.
I'm going to give you this example. This in the last week, whether you've seen it or not, I'll be able to explain this example. I watched the movie The Iron Claw, which is based on true history about the wrestling brothers from Texas, the Von Erichs. And if you don't know the story, there were 6 brothers, and there is only one of them still alive, and almost all of them died in their 20s. Like one of them died as a child, another one died because of like a ruptured like intestines or something, and then another 3 killed themselves. It's like a truly tragic story. But when they made this movie, the director made the tough decision to actually cut one of the brothers from the story. Now imagine if you're like from the family, you're like, wow, they just cut like our son or a brother or whatever from the story. And the logic he gave to this when I saw an interview was that he's like, for the fact that we're making a film, it's one thing too much. And even though it's like true to what happened in real life, we have to amalgamate certain characters. We have to change the timeline so that it works as a film. And part of that is getting the tone of the film right. So if it's too tragic, the audience will be like, oh God, I can't watch this anymore. So it has one death towards the beginning of the film, one death in the middle, one death towards the end, and there is a progression through the story. And setting the tone of something is something that every storyteller and filmmaker has to think about. So when there's been 50 years of comics, and it's like, well, this happened in the comics. Yeah. Across 50 years, you're going to have had everything happen in the comics. But when you're telling one story that's going across 20 to 30 films across 15 years, suddenly just saying after 10 years or 12 years or whatever, well, this character could do this in the comics, and even though it makes absolutely no sense, it would be like if you've got, like, say you've got the TV show 24, and after season 10, it suddenly becomes The Walking Dead with zombies. People would never accept it. But if they said, but all along, this was just what life was like before the zombies, people would say, no, this was never the tone of the show. You've completely changed it, and we can't forgive it. And that was the problem with showing the writer's room. Having She-Hulk giving a nod and a wink to the audience is one thing. Having it literally be that, no, here are the writers, and I'm going to go speak to a stupid robot called Kevin Feige. It's like they took it far too far. You know, that was my problem. And that's what I worry. I think Deadpool will do it better. But my worry is that if they're going to take this Deadpool and this Wolverine and put them at the front of the poster of the next Avengers film, they need to decide, are they going to have these characters in an Avengers film suddenly go, oh, well, what was happening there to the camera? Because how can you then have a character like Captain America, like saying like, oh, I'm going to put on this shield and fight Thanos, when we know it was the writer's choice? They just need to play it carefully.
Yeah.
In the comics, Deadpool rarely talks to the audience when he's involved in a group type thing, like with the Avengers or anything like that. So there's precedent there for not having him be that way, and he's just typically just a smart mouth. And I think Ryan Reynolds would have the ability to pull that off in an ensemble piece.
He has the ability to like break the fourth wall, but not in a universe-breaking way.
Yeah.
But again, it will depend on what is Disney's plan with these things. What are they actually going to do? And again, I don't see like Deadpool doing the next Avengers film. I don't think. Oh, Gerald has got to go. Oh, he just went.
Gerald is gone.
Oh,
he's gone.
I missed that.
Deadpool blinked out of the existence. I don't see him in the next Avengers film because, again, if you're going to make an Avengers film and you're going to make it as impactful as possible, you can't have a character like Deadpool. That will not work. Again, he is best left in his own world the majority of the time, or doing cameos and different things. He can't really do a universe.
Yeah, I figure if he's in the Avengers movie, it's too... You remember how in Infinity War, at the very top, they killed half the Asgardians and Heimdall and Loki?
Yeah.
That's the top. They're gonna... If Deadpool's in the Avengers movies, the threat will come out, it'll pop a cap in his ass, leave him, if not dead, at least needing, just a head there on a pedestal needing to regenerate for the entirety of the movie.
If I can just interject, I just want to know, 1 second, I just want to know your reaction to the sentence, pop a cap in his ass, Capel Fave.
That's America. That's America speak for say hello.
Anyway, go on, Dev, you were saying.
Okay, so Diz, would you say you would rather leave him dead or in a pool of his own blood?
Leave him dead or in a pool of his own... Oh, I said dead, cool. He technically can't die unless you throw him into a star. So, or a black hole.
Even then.
Who, Deadpool?
Yeah.
Deadpool, yeah. He regenerates.
Yeah, true.
Isn't there a Deadpool character that's like... and Deadpool does a lot of multiverse stuff.
he did one where he did become very self-aware in that it was Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, where he does go around and kills everyone in the universe, and he does kill the X-Men. Professor X sees what he sees. He's wearing Beast as a cloak, and he says to Wolverine, the only reason that you're alive is because the fans won't let you die.
I recently read that, and at the very end, he starts going through the multiverse, killing people.
Yeah,
and then at the very end, he looks at the reader and says, "I guess I'll be getting to you soon."
Yeah, because I remember he kills Pinocchio, and Vision somehow appears. And goes, oh, so I guess you were the inspiration for this guy.
I touched on an earlier point that David said, like, figuring out the tone shift. I think James Gunn with the Guardians movies did a fairly good amount of good stuff with, like, tone shifting. Like, he can get, like, very depressing and serious, and then he can also make the comedy work where it doesn't break the world as well. I don't know how he does it, but he seems to be able to do it.
That's an interesting point. I read an interview with him recently where he expressed some regret for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the F-bomb. He said because, he said, I think this is the best movie. I think Rocket's journey and resolution of that journey was absolutely the highlight of that whole series. But all anybody talks about is the F-bomb.
Well, exactly. And, like, just to...
the F-bomb.
It's Nebula can't open a car door. And she's like, you press this button out? He's like, open the effing door. And I didn't know that was coming. And as soon as I saw it, like, my honest reaction was like, oh, no. And it's because I said already, like, with the Suicide Squad, it's like, it was all swearing. Peacemaker, whatever it was. Peacemaker, right. It was just swearing. And it, like, I think swearing can be really funny, but you have to really pick and choose it. And I think that the MCU...
It's a fucking great point, David.
Exactly, yeah, pick and choose it. But that was allowing things to slip. But the other thing for me in Guardians 3 was when someone said to Peter, and with Nebula there, it's about, well, or maybe it was Gamora said it to them, well, actually, maybe you two would be the better couple. And Quill was actually like, I've never looked at you this way before. It's like, come on. Don't go after her sister. Like, it wasn't worth the joke.
Nebula shut it off, though.
It wasn't worth the joke. It wasn't worth the joke.
I thought that worked because he is a massive dumbass. And that to me was, and I know guys like that focus on one woman or one person, and then if you suggest to them that, oh, maybe that's not the person for you, maybe this person is the person for you, they will, like, completely refocus on that new person.
I know people like that too, actually, does. That is true. Actually, in fact...
Sweet home, Alabama.
Yeah. No, do you know, I was going to say, there's an episode of The Big Bang Theory, right, where it's got something like that, where, like, Raj and Howard see this girl, and Raj's like, I'm going to ask her out, and then Howard's like, I'm going to ask her out. Well, I saw her first, and Raj's response is, yeah, well, I love her. And literally 10 seconds ago, neither of them had seen her. And I was like, that's exactly that kind of person. Go on, Dave.
I was going to say on that point, it's like, I think on that concept of the joke, it's got to be the timing aspect of it. And this is a weird segue, I know, but hear me out. It's like I was watching The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and even in there, there's a joke that was wasted. They just waited along the pause. It's like when Paris is on fire and the gargoyles are there watching it. And they say, oh, don't tell Quasimodo. Okay, we're not going to say a word. We're going to say it, stone-faced. And they just wait like 3 seconds, just going, oh, so it's over. And like, no, do it immediately. Like that joke with Nebula and Peter Quill, it should have been an instant joke, It should have been like, you two should be the couple. Wait, what? No, God, no. It's a bit like instantaneous. That makes it funnier, as opposed to,
yeah.
No. Like waiting that extra.
Yeah, okay, right, alright. Okay, so guys, look, we're going to start to run out of time. I've got a short quiz for you. And then we might do, like, a different kind of guessing game or something. Just because otherwise we're going to run out of time. So, very quickly, I've asked ChatGPT to give us some questions on the MCU, since I think it's been what we spoke about for a little while here. So, who is the main antagonist in Infinity War?
Buzz.
Diz.
Thanos?
Yes. Right, okay. What does Jarvis stand for? What does Jarvis stand for? Oh.
It does, but another one.
3.
Buzz.
Go on, Diz.
Just a regular, very intelligent servant.
Do you know what? You've got most of the words correct. It is just a rather very intelligent system. I'm going to give you the point.
Wow.
Yeah, very close. Okay.
Holy shit, this.
Okay. What was the name of Black Panther's father?
Buzz.
Dave.
T'Chaka.
Yes, is the correct answer. Moving on. Who voices the character Rocket Raccoon?
Buzz.
Ooh, I think Dave just got there first.
Did I?
Was it not you?
So.
Oh, okay, I heard of was it Dev? Dev then.
Probably me.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say it was, because I was going to say, I think Dave got there first, but you didn't wave. And I just heard a voice, and I knew it wasn't Diz's. Right, okay.
It was Diz's, actually.
No, I heard yours as well, but something else came in first, is the point.
I'll get rid of my American accent then.
Yeah, do. It's so confusing. Okay. The character Deadpool is the inspiration for the character Deadpool.
Buzz.
Okay, go on then, Dev.
Slade Wilson.
Yes, is the correct answer. Moving on. Let's see what else we've got here. Do you know I'm literally changing all of these questions because all of them are too easy otherwise. So, because it's like, what's the character played by Ryan Reynolds? Deadpool. Right, okay. That is not the correct answer. Okay, they've got the wrong. What is the name?
Ask the question.
Well,
ask the question and we'll see if we can guess the incorrect answer.
Okay, I like it, Diz. Right. What is the name of the blue-skinned villain played by Josh Brolin in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Buzz.
Diz.
It's Yondu, and it's played by that other guy.
Yeah, is the correct answer.
His name.
No, like I can't remember it's the guy who played Merle in The Walking Dead, but I can't remember.
Michael Rooker.
Yes, that's it. Well done. Okay. I'll give you a bonus point there. Okay, but yeah, look how he's got that wrong. Let's have a look here. What is the name of the tactic that Thor and his brother Loki would use to get out?
Buzz.
Yes, Diz.
Get help.
Get help is the correct answer. Okay, let's have a look here. What is the name of the artifact that grants its wielder the power to control space in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Buzz.
Dev.
Space Stone.
It's not quite. I'm getting the artifact. Cap.
The Tesseract.
Is the correct answer. Let's have a look here.
It's the cube.
What is the name of Brie Larson's character?
Buzz.
Oh god, everyone was in there first.
Buzz.
Dave.
Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel.
Is the correct answer. Okay.
It's Spurs.
Yeah, true. Okay, let's have a look here.
Free name.
Your name is this, man. You Captain Marvel.
What is the middle name of the character Bruce Banner?
Oh, Buzz.
Diz.
David.
Yes, that is correct. Okay.
David Banner?
Yeah, do you know what? Like, in the old Lou Ferrigno one, the character was just called David Banner, and I was always so proud that the superhero... Yeah, I do. Go on then, Diz. I know the reason. Go on.
It's in the 1970s when that show came out. The character's name in the comic books had always been Bruce Banner. And the producers and the network, CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System, the Tiffany Network here in America, thought that Bruce sounded too gay. So they insisted that the writers change his name to David Banner. Yep.
Yeah, Batman. Well, look. Batman, you know, he was in his spandex dancing, so there's no judgment there, but they might have felt like they didn't want that association. You know?
Yes, I remember that episode in Hulk where Bruce's like, all right, don't make me angry. You don't like me when I'm angry.
Well, exactly.
Margaritas!
Crazy times, the past. But the character should be called David. It's a much better name. Okay, let's have a look.
What kind of stupid person has a name David?
Yeah, exactly.
Stupid person has the name David?
What is the name of the intergalactic police force featured in the Marvel...
Buzz.
Diz?
Novacore.
Is the correct answer. Diz, you're on fire. And this is the last question. What is the line said by Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which isn't I am Groot?
Buzz.
Dev.
We are Groot.
Oh no, Guardians 3.
Buzz.
Diz.
I don't remember. Let's kick some ass.
No. Jesus, it's making me question it now. I think I know what it is.
I can speak?
No.
We are...
Buzz.
Go on, Diz.
We're trying to contact you about your car.
No. Guys, I'm going to tell you. Maybe Look, you might be able to... Go on, Dev, do you know?
Can I guess one more?
Yeah, go on.
Because it was yesterday. I love you.
I think it was I love you guys. Yeah? So at the end of it, everyone can hear what Groot is actually saying and understand him. And he's like, I love you guys. Well, there you go. Point to Dev.
It reminded me of the Madagascar song. Who can make the sun rise? Because that happens after I get tranquilized.
The Madagascar song? That's from Candyman. That is from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I would like to hold a vote of no confidence to kick Cap off there from this until he actually watches old movies. Until he watches things that were not after the year 2000.
Yeah.
That's when he was born.
Oh my goodness.
That's the point, Dev.
Oh. Yeah, look, they're not plays. They're not plays. You can go back and watch the archive. Right, so.
I just saw the thing.
You saw the thing. That is good. Now, we're going to have a quick guessing game. I am going to have so that you are all playing the one round. So, Dave, you'll get the first question. Cap, you get the next question. Diz, you get the next question. Dev, you get the next question. And if someone wants to buzz in early and guess what the thing is, then you can do. But if you get it wrong, you are frozen out of the game. Okay?
Buzz.
Go on then.
I'm just checking if I'm lagging or not.
Okay, good.
A little laggy.
So, with this, let's see. I'm going to choose a movie. And if this loads quick enough... Oh, it takes forever. Okay, let's get a movie this way. I think I can do it without you guys seeing. Yeah. Let's see what we've got. Good movie. Okay, I've got a movie, guys. So, Dave, you get the first question. Now, there will be 20 questions, or whatever the closest. I think there's 4 of you, so I think that divides into 20. So, Dave.
Is this film after the year 2000?
Yes.
Yay!
Cap.
Is this film from the superhero genre?
No.
Is it the horror film?
No. Dev.
Is it a comedy?
No. Okay, back to Dave. It's your second question. Of 4.
Is it an action movie?
Yeah, it's action. Not just action, I'll give you that, but it's action. Cap.
Is it part of a franchise?
Yes. Diz.
Is it one of the Fast and Furious movies?
No.
You coached it.
Dev.
Is it one of the Lord of the Rings movies?
Afraid not. Dave.
Is it an adventure movie though?
Yeah, it's definitely a kind. Again, there's like something that you're kind of missing that would sum it up entirely. But action, adventure, and a bit of something else. Cap.
So
Can I ask the next question and just go for an answer?
If you do and you're wrong, you're frozen out.
Yeah, but if my doubt is cleared, okay. Is this part of the Mummy franchise?
No. Oh, hang on. Look, we're this close, right? We haven't done this in a while, but Brendan Fraser point. There you go. It's happened. Before your obsession with Henry Cavill took full force, it was usually Brendan Fraser every week. Okay.
That's the legend for the kids of the 2000s.
Okay, it's not part of the Mummy franchise, Diz.
Is it one of the Die Hard movies?
It is not. Guys, you're going to narrow it down. You're like... I think you've had at least 2 questions each. Dev.
Is it is the actor who was the main character still active today?
Yeah. Not super prominently, but yes. Like, prominent in a sense...
Dev.
Look, I'm gonna clarify this. In one sense, very prominently. In another sense, not really prominently. You'll understand when you find out, though. Dave.
Is the film after 2010?
No.
Thank you.
Cap.
Is this part of the Men in Black franchise?
No. Right.
Is
Right.
it a Disney film?
It is now.
Oh.
Oh.
Is it a Star Wars?
It is not Star Wars.
It's a Fox movie of some sort.
Okay, I think this might actually... Look, guys, we can go a little bit longer, but I think technically this will be your last question each. But we can go a little bit longer. Since you just spent the entire first 2 rounds just being like, is it a horror?
That's usually how we play this game.
I know, but that's when you can ask as many... Look, we haven't played it in this style in a while. You have to be super focused.
Damn it.
The first letter of the title, A.
It's not your question, Diz. It's not your question, Diz.
It is.
I'm trying to think. Is it a kids movie?
No.
Okay.
Cap.
Does it star Will Smith?
No.
Is it part of the Alien franchise?
No.
Oh! Oh!
Dev.
I think Dave wants to guess.
No, I don't. Leave me out of this.
Okay, is it after or before 2005?
I'll give you the answer. Technically, it's not yes or no. After. Okay? Dave.
Go, Dave.
Is it part of the Predator franchise?
No.
You can see the disappointment.
Yeah, it really was.
Because it wasn't owned by Disney before.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. But no.
Is this an animated movie?
No, it's not technically.
Not technically.
Was it a Fox movie?
Yes.
Fox movie, okay.
I'm 99% certain of that. Let me just check. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. 100%. It was Fox.
Fox action adventure / something else.
not horror.
Disney.
Yes.
Yeah, Disney has it now.
Disney
now.
Disney now.
It's Disney now. Before 2010, after 2000, Fox movie, now owned by Disney. Not horror, action adventure. No Will Smith.
No Brendan Fraser.
No Brendan Fraser. Probably not pornography.
I forget whose question are we on.
It's
It's
Disney.
Dev's question.
Yeah.
No, I think it's Dev's.
Oh,
I
Dev.
asked if it was a Fox. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does it have blue people in it?
Yes. Do you want to guess?
Can I guess?
Yeah,
Can I
you can guess.
Avatar?
It is Avatar. Well done, Dev. Well done.
Oh, I was going to say Smurfs.
Oh, there you go.
It's Smurfs too.
Okay, look, so guys, here's the thing. Like a year ago, Sam Worthington was in the biggest movie of all time, or whatever, Avatar 2. So technically, he's still in movies, but in between Avatar and Avatar 2, what was Sam Worthington ever in? And the other thing is, it's sci-fi is what I was looking for, if you'd said science fiction. And then there was one other thing. Oh yeah, so it is now Disney. So there you go, Avatar. Well done. So that brings us to the end, and we have a tie. Dev and Diz, both with 6 points. You are both this week's Geeks of the Week. Well done, well done. So with this, we're going to find out where we can find our team on social media, starting with Dave. Where can the people find you?
You can catch me here on the Geek Battle podcast, getting geeky and freaky with everybody. You can catch me on Xstreamed Improv as well, with myself and with Mertil and some of these guys who do Xstream as well. And check out my YouTube channel, Dave MC Swotor, that's SWTOR, where Star Wars The Ultimate Public Gaming videos are uploaded every Saturday with new footage soon to follow.
Okie dokie. Cap.
You can find me on Sundays where I sing, I dance, I throw myself in a bucket, and I work with puppets. And also Dave was one of the puppets, technically. You can watch my recent video, The Freaky Love in Cartoons with Madagascar in general. It kind of goes over all the freakish love stories that cartoons had, but mainly it focuses on Madagascar. So you can guess how busy I was during Valentine's week. So check that video.
Okay. Fab. Dev, where can the people find you?
Hi, you can find me on Twitch and TikTok at FWUDA, where I stream as much as I can.
Okie dokie. Diz, where can the people find you?
I also am on the TikToks and the YouTubes and all those things at Steven Diz 3000 or just Steven Diz. Let's see. Yeah, I'm hoping to do a collab with Cap soon about comic book stuff, and I'm going to make sure that I follow everybody here on the TikTok.
Awesome stuff. My name is David Psansky. You'll find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Psansky. But you'll also be able to get my book, The Extreme Improv, Big Book of Improv Games. Go to www.xstreamed.tv where you'll be able to find the info on that. And do check out the Extreme Improv Xstreamed YouTube channel, as well as the others, including the Geek Battle one and the Geek Battle Gaming one. Just earlier today, I uploaded a video all about the Evercade, so check that out. So,
PlayStation?
Evercade.
Okay.
There you go.
Is that worth getting?
Yeah, but get the Evercade EXP instead.
Okay.
It is worth getting.
I bought an Atari Game Station Pro recently. It's okay.
I'm not going to lie, Diz. I have absolutely all of these within reach of me. So,
oh, very nice.
Yeah. I've been making a lot of gaming videos recently. So, with this, guys, until next time, stay safe, always stay extremes, live long and prosper, may the force be with you, and boom, we're out of here. And we're off the air.